people will starve with fully stocked supermarkets. I want to explain why. Now, you may have seen this title on this video before. It's not a video I've ever done, but I've talked about these things. But what I want to do today is I actually want to piggyback off of what the Economic Ninja said just yesterday, because now he's starting to talk about the exact same things that I've been warning people on for the past 3 to 6 months. So here's what's happening. For now, I'll put the link to his video down in the description box so you can go and watch that as well. But let me explain what he said. First, the Economic Ninja says that in times of high inflation, the less expensive products in a grocery store are normally bought up first. Now, we saw this back in March of 2020 when much of the world was only supposed to be shut down for 2 weeks. We saw this. We also heard from the Economic Ninja, and he says that the supermarkets always have the high-end cut of meats and cheeses. They have the $5.99 loaves of bread. They have the expensive cereals and juices and milk. They have those things. And they have those because consumers don't want to spend that much money on those items. If they're to go and buy the high-end cuts of meat and cheese, they could probably get a better deal if they bought a steak from, let's say, Applebee's, right? They could actually save money by eating out. Now, he also goes on to talk about how as unemployment rises, the products that people normally buy at a grocery store, well, these items are going to have to be even cheaper. And this is part of the problem, and this is what I want to touch on today. As more and more people have less money to spend, they're going to turn to the less expensive foods. These are your top ramens and macaroni and cheese, rice and beans, potatoes, eggs, peanut butter, those types of things, right? Now, that is not the problem. The problem is that even though, and again, it's not just, I don't want to just blame certain people, but normally the people that buy the less expensive products are people with less money. That's fine. But here's the problem. The problem is that it will not only be the people with less money, but even those with money, they're going to be fighting to get these exact same items. You're going to have people, the wealthier individuals, fighting with people that are homeless and those with little to no money. They're going to be fighting for top ramen and macaroni and cheese and the less expensive toilet paper, all right, and eggs and peanut butter. That's what they're going to be fighting for. So even people with money will try to buy the less expensive items first before they go and buy something that's more expensive. Not because they necessarily like the taste, but it's going to save them money. That's it. So once this happens, and this is the problem, we're going to see people starve even with fully stocked supermarkets, simply because they can't afford what is being sold to them. And if you think the supermarket is going to go and restock the less expensive items every single day, every time they sell out, think again. That's exactly what the Economic Ninja is saying as well, that the supermarkets can't do this because a lot of times supermarkets, they can't restock their items that fast because the manufacturer is having a tough time getting the ingredients to make that product. So how can the supermarket come in and restock a product that the manufacturer can't even manufacture? It's a problem. And something that I've talked about before, sometimes manufacturing costs are increasing so much on certain products. For example, not just the wages and stuff and packaging, but just the ingredients themselves, that it makes more sense for the company to only sell the most profitable products. And in many cases, the items that bring in the most profit, per sale, are the items that are being sold for more, the more expensive products to begin with. For example, if I have a bread company and I make a loaf of bread, let's say white bread for $1.49, right? Or that's what it is. It's not even landed. That's what it is being sold at the grocery store is $1.49, right? What if that product brings in, let's say, $1. I make $1 off that. Well, what if I sell a similar loaf of bread for $5.99? But that product I make, let's say it brings in not just a 50 cents in profit like the cheaper bread, but maybe that one brings in, I don't know, let's say something like $3 profit or $2.50 profit, right? But if it uses the same amount of ingredients, it's just mixed a little differently, has a little bit more seasoning, or the packaging's a little bit nicer. Maybe that's the only difference. So for the company, and looking at the company's perspective, if I'm the company, I'm like, okay, I'm going to make half of the less expensive products. I'm going to make twice as many of the more expensive products, more expensive loaves of bread, because those are bringing in more money. So I need to use the ingredients that we normally had for the less expensive loaves. I'm going to move that over and I'm going to use it in the more expensive products. That's what I'm going to do as a company. So again, this is the problem. And I've been telling you guys this for the past couple of months, and I just want to reiterate this because this is now what the Economic Ninja's actually saying as well, is that we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared for this winter, because this winter is going to be brutal for the masses, especially with rising energy costs, with inflation, with unemployment expected to start to tick up here in the United States, right? We are going to see this as consumers max out credit cards just to stay current on their bills. Yeah, this is what we're going to see. It's going to be a brutal winter. Now, I'll be here every step of the way, but I just want to warn you guys that once you start seeing this on, CNN, once you start seeing this on Bloomberg, that, hey, we got a food shortage, right? It's a food shortage. At that point, it's almost too late. And I remember this back in March of 2020 when I was telling people, get to the grocery store. Get to the grocery stores, because this is going to be bad. That schools are not, and businesses are not going to shut down for 2 weeks. You shut down for 2 weeks, it invites so much more options as to, hey, it looks like rates are ticking down. We should probably do this another 2 weeks. And then as rates continue to fall, it's like, well, we should probably do this another month. And then it went on and on and on and on. So yes, I do think there is a food shortage already. We are seeing it. And again, I just want to throw this out there. I know a lot of people are not seeing a food shortage. They say my grocery store is full of food, right? The prices are not increasing. All right? Here's the thing. Prices are increasing. We know they're increasing. We've seen it. Here's the other thing. You may not be seeing a price increase, but what you may be getting is a smaller product. For example, a box of cereal. Box of cereals, and this is where we normally see it, is in boxes. When you are buying something, let's say it was normally, let's say a 64-ounce box of cereal, and you're buying it for, let's say, $4.99. Well, today you may still be paying $4.99, but instead of a 64-ounce box of cereal, you may be getting a 58-ounce box of cereal. So it's smaller. It's called shrinkflation. So yes, things are getting more expensive. And as to those people that say, my supermarket's full of food, I don't know what you're talking about. Every single shelf is just stocked. Well, and I've seen this before, and stores, grocery stores are notorious for doing this. Their stockers go to the shelves, and if, let's say, they don't have 7 items deep, every single row has 7 items deep of the beef top ramen and the chicken and the shrimp, right? Let's say they don't do that. What they do is they take their little item that they have and they bring it all to the front of the shelf. They may only have 2 items or even 1, but when you look at it from the front, it looks like it's fully stocked. That's what the supermarket wants, okay? So just keep that in mind, because we are seeing shortages. You may not be seeing them right at your grocery store, but I guarantee you they are coming. We are seeing them all across the United States. In Europe, it's just devastating. I don't even want to get into that. But again, we are now starting to see more people talking about the exact same thing that I've been warning you guys on for the past few months. Yeah, we are seeing people flock to the cheaper items, which means those are going to be out first. Then you will be forced to buy the more expensive items. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.